Hello, this is Colin from Watch Off the Cuff, and I'm going to show you how to use a crystal lift to remove an acrylic crystal from a vintage watch. So today I'm going to use the Bergeon No.6400 series crystal lift. As you see here, it's got these jaws, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the watch down onto the bench here. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to make sure the teeth are sitting as close to the case as I possibly can to grab onto the side of that crystal as close to the base as I can possibly get it. So it takes a fair amount of pressure. I'm going to give it a couple of good turns. And what you can do is you can see it's already starting to move. So the crystal itself is starting to move in the seat. I've compressed it a little bit. So I'm going to keep on going. What I do is I give it a couple of turns and I give it a test to see how it feels. It's getting looser and looser. When you do it the first time, it's going to feel, you're going to feel like, oh my goodness, that is a lot of pressure. So I just go slow. We're getting really close. Let's see, we lift it out. Almost, just a little more. And there it comes out. So you can see here, there's a little bit of a gap here. And when we put a new crystal in, we can use this tool that Bergeon provides with the 6400. There is a couple of versions. This is the 4266. You can see it's very thin. And the first time I tried to reinstall a crystal using this as a guide, you put the crystal in here and then this gap creates a little bit of distance between the bottom of the crystal to grab the sides. It was not enough. So if I take a look at this one, this is from a vintage Timex. You can see maybe from the video there, we get to focus properly, that it still is sitting quite a bit above, maybe about 0.5 millimeter above. So quite often it's easier to simply check this with the micrometer. I'll take the back end of it here. I can stick this out and I can test how much gap I need. And I've done it where I've just, it's pretty hard to do this. There we go. So I can see, okay, here I've got 1.17 millimeters that I need to create that gap. So in this case, this would not be enough. This looks like to be about 0.5 millimeter gap. They do provide different spacers, but I just find that usually I can guide it and I can set this in and grab the crystal to get it where it needs to go. Conversely, you could take the micrometer also and check the depth against the seat, against that outside of the case, and it will do the same thing to give you an idea of how deep you need to leave the gap to make sure that the crystal will sit far enough. So to put it back in, once it's in this position, now normally I would put the new crystal in there and I would tighten it up and I would check. It wouldn't go in, it wouldn't go in. Well, we know we've compressed enough since we just pulled it out. So we simply place it back in and then we slowly loosen this. And as we go, you can see it's already not moving. You undo it. And that is back in place into the watch.